We are indeed. Hello, hello, my beautiful souls. Good evening, good day, good light. I hope you've all had a beautiful 14 days since our last show. Welcome back to Mind Over Matter. My name is Bexy Bex, and you are currently locked into Mind Over Matter, the digital version. Your favorite poetry, where spoken word meets hip hop and mental health meets music. For any newcomers, if you're new to the channel, you're officially part of the Mind Over Matter family. So just a quick recap, Mind Over Matter Digital is an independent project which breaks down the stigma and widens the conversation around mental health by discussing it through spoken word, poetry, hip hop, and song. Now it's free of charge. For those of you who are able to donate, we do have a donation link, but remember, likes and shares are free and just as greatly appreciated. So please send this live video out to all of your friends, hit the subscribe button, click the notification link for all our next shows, and make sure you're following us on all the social media platforms, which is Mind Over Matter LDN. Okay, so we're going to jump straight into it because you guys have outdone yourselves again. So a big thank you to everyone who's on the lineup tonight, the regulars and the newcomers. And without further ado, please, can you show some cyber love for our first open micer of the evening? If you're in the comments, I want to see all the fiery emojis because I will be watching. Welcome to the screen, Bethan Sullivan. Where are you, Beth?
Hi.
Make some noise.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. I'm Beth, also known as the .galaxy.within on Instagram. I write a lot of poetry about relationships and mental health. I don't know how much that would catch, but I'm going to put a slight trigger warning on my poem. It's called Toxic Love and it's about abusive relationships. So just a quick warning out for everybody. A golden beach, the sun sets in the east. It's rich honey, it's lavender scents. It's a symphony in the distance. Love, that's what it's supposed to be, yet why can't I find it? It's symphonies on nails down a chalkboard. It's sunsets in the darkest storms where it chills you down to your bones, where you're promised a cloak to keep you warm, but it's snatched away in an instant. You have to constantly prove to your lover that you are starving, but you can't eat as he's always more hungry than you are. So survive on broken promises and the salty tears you want to let escape. It's a game of Russian roulette where your gun is the one that's loaded. It's taking too many shots now, their shots to your heart. It's holding your breath until you can't no more as the fire in chest burns, but you can't release it when it was just a spark. It's becoming numb not only to his abuse, but your abuse on yourself. Yes, I haven't been lucky in love, but it's hard to believe it can be great when your first apple is one that was poisoned. Should I dare take that leap again if she or him will catch me? Or will I, splat, break every bone in my body whilst they laugh in my face? And that's it.
I loved the Russian roulette line. That was just insane.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely love that. Thank you so much, Bethan. I love the line about surviving on broken promises. I feel like that's been my life the whole lockdown. So thanks for that. We're going to move on to our next open micer, one I'm looking forward to. So if you can all make some cyber love noise for Jenny Foulds at Jenny with Words. Where are you? Welcome to the square.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? It's lovely to be here. This is a Oh, am I unmuted? Yes, I am. Okay, great. Yeah, it's the first time I've been at Mind Over Matter, so thank you so much for having me. This is great. I'm going to do a poem called 1996, which is basically part of my coming out story when I was 16. So this is 1996. I fell in love for the first time when I was 16 and I had never felt anything like it. And it was so hard to fight it and it was difficult to know who I was and why I felt the way I felt and if it meant that I was weird or if it meant that I was gay or if it meant that it was just her. I hope that it was just her because I was 16 years old and it was 1996 and I thought I had a problem that I needed to fix, but I didn't have a problem. There was no problem, but I couldn't have known that then. I just really fancied girls, but it was the 90s and we were in Scotland and the majority didn't like people like us. So there I am, sitting in a tiny gay bar, almost as tiny as I am, sitting on my Jack Jones with a peach schnapps and lemonade. Yeah, sticking out like a sore thumb, awkward as fuck, like a puppy trying to grow into its giant paws. And I just sit. And I'm so fucking nervous, but I've been brave. I've made the move to be somewhere where people might have a little bit of an understanding, even if I don't understand myself. So there's these two older women in the corner looking over at me. When I say older, they're probably younger than I am now. They've got short cropped hair and they've got kind faces. They come over and they ask if they can sit with me, and I shyly say, yeah, all right then. And I'm awkward. I'm so fucking awkward and I don't know what to say to them, but they make it easy for me. They keep the small talk going. They can see that I'm green. I'm so wet behind the ears, it's painful. But after a couple of hours of drinking and laughing and talking about love and life and what brought me there sitting on my own, they finally call time at the bar. And one of them asked me if I want to come with him to carry on the night. Side note, when I think about this now, I know it sounds well dodgy, but I was 16 and I didn't even consider that it might be weird, but it wasn't dodgy, it was anything but. So we get outside and they both start unchaining their bikes, and one of them says to me, get on the back. So there I am in all my glory, 16 years old, drunk on peach schnapps, 1 a.m, getting a backie from a butch lesbian, going full pelt down Leith Walk in Edinburgh, feeling understood for the first time in a long time, if not for the first time ever. So we get back to theirs and they ask if I smoke weed, and I say, yeah, I smoke weed, but actually I'd only ever smoked hash, and even then I almost always whitey, but I wanted to seem cool to them. And so we get stoned and we talk some more. And I tell them that I can't find the words to say to my dad or my mum or my brother or my friends. And I tell them that I'm so embarrassed for feeling the way that I feel. And I tell them that I'm so ashamed and I don't know where to start. And I tell them that I just don't want to be gay. And they both smile at me and they reassure me. And then they tell me their stories, their coming out stories, and I listen and we cry, and then they reassure me again and I say I need to go because it's 5 a.m. and it's light outside. So I go and get my stuff and I head for the door, and they stop me and they both give me a hug, and one of them tells me to wait because she has something for me. She comes back with a book and she tells me that someone had given it to her and it needed to be passed on. It's a book of coming out letters. And she puts her hand on my face and she kisses me on the cheek and she looks me in the eye and she says to me, you're going to be okay, you know. And I leave and I get a taxi home and I climb into bed feeling a little more seen and a little more understood. Okay. Thanks for listening.
I love that.
So sweet.
Beautiful.
Yes, that was beautiful. Thank you so much, Jenny. And we see you. Peach schnapps and lemonade is a very elite drink. So I feel like we've bonded. I like you even more now. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful poem from the one and only Jenny Foulds. Remember, follow all of these guys on Instagram. So first of all, we had at the.galaxy.within, which was Bethan, and at Jenny with Words is who you just saw, Jenny Foulds. Make sure you show them some love and show some major love for one of our regulars that's coming back. Absolutely love this chick. You need to check her out on Instagram as well. She has a poem up about an assistant that's elite. So make some noise, everyone, for Hollie Dee.
Hollie!
Hey, thank you so much. What an introduction. I'm all embarrassed. Can you all hear me okay? Yeah, cool. So this piece is called Laptop. My dad bought me a laptop. Now, I don't mean to sound ungrateful. This gift is sensational and it really helped me with work, research, and I can download Zoom. Is it too soon to assume I'll get more than one email from you like I usually do? Just to reiterate, that's one a year, by the way. And after everything, I'm surprised he doesn't have more to say. I mean, I understand on reflection gives it his way of showing his affection. So as a benchmark, this laptop is incredible upon inspection. In retrospection, the value of this gift compared with his face-to-face time, now that's priceless, because I'd rather sit over a coffee and talk about solving a world crisis, but thanks, it's nice this. It's strange, I used to be the apple of my dad's eye, now I have a stronger connection to my unstable Wi-Fi. I mean, he doesn't even have to call, I'd be happy with a text. Actually, let me give you some more father-daughter context. So my dad bought me this laptop, a brand new Mac, up-to-date software, all bells and whistles. It was wrapped in tissues. I think he thought it would solve all our issues. You see, he upped and left one day. Then 7 years of wondering if it was our undoing, he comes back. Only after my brother's diagnosed with a tumour, which you heard through a rumour, doesn't call but decides to make his heroic appearance. So after this brief biography of his new life and surprise, new wife, I didn't know whether to hug him or shout. The little girl inside me stood conflicted. My mum point blank screamed at him and threatened to kill him if he didn't get out. It was the perfect family brawl in the hospital hall, blocking the exit sign, a scene worthy of any EastEnders storyline. And it certainly was a scene I didn't foresee when he said he wanted to see my brother and me try again as a family. And we did, for a while. We would sit opposite each other, my brother between us in his hospital bed together. We'd try and decipher what the oncologist just said, joking about how he still had a bald head and how he was going to visit me in London. We could go for drinks in the Ned. Then a few months later, my brother got discharged because he was doing so much better, and nothing, not even a letter. All those years trying to fix what had been broken, make sense of words left unspoken, his footsteps in my sand were slowly being washed away, and he didn't realise it, but for me, healing had really been at play. He came back too soon, leaving behind his footsteps on my new moon, but this time I don't have any tears left to wash them away, so I guess I'll just have to stick healing back on repeat and press play. My dad bought me a laptop. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. This gift is sensational, but he never gave it to me. He sent it through the post. Thank you. Thanks.
Excellent. Lovely turns of phrase.
So
That was brilliant. Thank you so much, Hollie. And see, I absolutely love Mind Over Matter. We're only 3 poets in. I've cried and I've been in my feelings and now bringing back memories. So I absolutely love this platform. Thank you so much, Hollie. We are moving on to our next open mic we have for you. Make sure you drop some comments in the YouTube box for Eithar M at EITH_606. Where are you? Make some noise, everybody. Welcome her to the screen.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I hope we're all doing well. I'm grateful to be here today. I'm going to read you a poem from my book. It's called A Cup of Chaos. I published it last August, so it's a new baby. And I'm reading you this poem. It's called Am I Not Beautiful? I see these women on the screen, on billboards and in every magazine. I see legs up to their firm breasts. I see tamed hair. I see them making the flaws less. Their smiles are brighter than the sun. Use this whitening syrup, they say. Fix your pointy nose and squat, squat, lift that bum. Cut your meals into half and don't forget to look good when you run. Be pretty all the time. You're an eye candy, so make that skirt shorter and that blouse tighter. Nobody cares what's inside your skull. Thoughts cannot be seen. Knowledge is an evaporating dream. Shake that thing and it will take you places. That's the ugly truth, they said. We're not being mean. I stare at life and see constructed faces. I find myself wondering at my reflection. Am I not beautiful? You can at least see emotions on my face. Never been touched by a Botox needle. My nose was never replaced. I am in all of my shortcomings. I am in all of the scars that I faced, my cracked tooth, my skinned knees, and my unstable curls. I'm beautiful in my mind. I can pick words and turn them into a story. I can think, I can make you laugh. I can put myself together after a crash. And since beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, take an impression that would last. See the life inside of me. See the stars explode at the thoughts that I cast. Hear the melody in my roar as it dances an eternal dance. I am beautiful with all my flaws. There's more than just the physical to enhance. Take beauty to the core. Bathe yourself with love. Let them hear your soul. Thank you.
This is incredible.
Thank you, everyone.
Good.
amazing. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. She has a whole book, guys, a whole book. Make sure you drop the book link in the comments because we're a supportive community. Absolutely love that. I love the line, what did she say? I'm in all of my shortcomings, I'm in all of my scars. Yes, felt that resonated deeply. So moving on to our next open micer, who probably has the best name that I've heard in a long time. Can we make some noise for Animalkriminal? Where you at? Bring him to the screen. Animalkriminal, make some noise. You guys can be loud.
Right, you hear me, yeah? Okay. Right, I'm gonna do this. Was over a grind beat, but I'm gonna slow it down a little bit for you, all right? There we go. I got an idea at the L, now it's ideal. I got an eye full of iPhones. You got a body and a mind, don't you know you got an eye feel? And I feel for you because you've been misled and we're at tipping point balanced on the ledge. And the truth is sitting there over by the edge to exactly what allegiance do you all pledge. You're in the dark end of the street like Percy Sledge. I take a little peep over the hedge. I see nervous millennials biting their fingernails, hanging themselves and ripping out entrails. Crooked maps and daily fails. Society has thrown them a big bag of rusty nails, left over from the burnt down buildings. Now you're walking on the bones of the murdered children. You tell me to chill then? Well, I won't. Sit the fuck back down or go grab your coat. Calling people that tell the truth weirdos when history was written by those that hanged heroes. And the Matrix is a sequence of number ones and zeros. They're all gangsters like Pacinos and De Niro's, pedos and psychos, there's thousands of those. They hide behind the Golden Gates closed. On the papers, the TV shows. Fuck it, sorry, I'm gonna start again. I can't believe that. Right, here we go. I got an idea at the L, now it's ideal. I got an eye full of iPhones. You got a body and a mind, don't you know you got an eye feel? And I feel for you because you've been misled. You're at tipping point balanced on the ledge. And the truth is sitting there over by the edge to exactly what allegiance do you all pledge. You're in the dark end of the street like Percy Sledge. I take a little peep over the hedge. I see nervous millennials biting their fingernails, hanging themselves and ripping out entrails. Crooked maps and daily fails. Society has thrown them a big bag of rusty nails, left over from the burnt down buildings. Now you're walking in the bones of the murdered children. You tell me to chill then? Well, I won't. Sit the fuck back down or go grab your coat. Calling people that tell the truth weirdos and history was written by those that hanged heroes. And the Matrix is a sequence of number ones and zeros. They're all gangsters like Pacinos and De Niro's, pedos and psychos, there's thousands of those. The hide behind the Golden Gate slowly on the papers, the news and the TV shows, so they sweep it under the carpet whenever they get exposed. Go throw yourself off hope's nose, blood stains on the Pope's clothes. Go off-road where they smoke hose, just another stolen rose. A silent blows, another cover Joes. Think they know, but deep down they know that their life is low. I'm flying straight just like the crow. Out my way, this bomb is gonna blow, and I'll go toe-to-toe with anyone know. But I want them ones right at the top. Must be time for the chop, top notches. I watch your bottom, can you just flop? And I'll flip this shit with twisting it. Not a big deal for the two to be revealed. The label got peeled, airtight, plain sealed. My mind is a weapon that has been kept concealed. None of these stepping in my hills. I've already lost in the hills, the one with nature and it's time before wills. Be with the beautiful creatures, majestic, conscious feelings, no plastic walls or thoughts or ceilings. False wisdom from whack prophets, readings, nonsense preaching. I'm here to stop the bleeding, just like I said before. Gonna take them from the top, gonna smash them to the floor. Well, I wanted this shift of consciousness to respond to breaking the proverbial wall of bullshit. The darkness in your eyes is getting wider by the night. The more you look, the more you seem to lose your sight. A glimmer of light, energy to zero, but you still fight to continue practicing their black magic scene on the vulnerable, gullible and weak. Keep working every day of the week. Pint of lager after pint of lager, cup of tea after cup of tea. You pay them to live and you think that you're free. Just tiny little fishes swimming in the poisonous sea, avoiding the weeds, the sharks and the reeds. You don't know where you're going, not sure where you've been. You think you're the shit, you think you're living a dream, but you've been pre-programmed like a watching machine. Spin cycle free, but you ain't so clean. Another dirty soul under the control of the elite team. A project like Bluebeam. I'm really starting to understand how this fucked up place can make any man mad. I've been practicing for 20 years. This is my life, this ain't no career. A carefree sniff, it's a breakdown of the fear. I swear they hear the changes near. The books I'm written for you to create the atmosphere. Stick to the script, you know you must adhere. Other people might think you ain't all there. Tear, same shape as a pear. Triangulate the square, sharp stairs from the passengers where they raise the train fares. Kill a million people, nobody even cares. Not a peep, yawning off the bed up the stairs, little creak. Back to work, then moan. No time left, just hope. Shrug it off like a bad joke. Tea break again, stain your teeth, another smoke. Another word to your fellow robot bloke about how the system is broke. Clock out, clock in, you live on the whim. No gourmet food for you, Sonny Jim. Not of what you get paid. Find a stray babe to get laid. Flattered by an exquisite dish, maybe cheeseburger, battered chicken or fish. You really don't wish a better world would exist as you continue to fit in. Life's a gamble and you want to win, but you can't yet handle the grass. The vast majority of sheep and they're bringing up calves, cattle for the farmers, and you still let them fleece you. It's apparent you're transparent because I can see straight through you. A pleasure-seeking hedonist to accomplish the serotonin splash blish through the channels past the anguish. You brandish the blandness of sadness, rushing in and out of madness and couldn't care less. Pointless politics and Congress, outlandish announcements profoundly protected by slanderous philandering founders, and they murdered our fathers for mothers, thieves, lads and robbers. You know what I mean? The monarch's priests, judges and coppers look down on us peasants, but lovers are present. Present me the devil and our time with feathers. In an age of ambiguous endeavours, a wallet full of whatever's. The eldest left this world in tatters. Perfect picture in your mind shatters. And when it's all gone, when it's too late, nothing matters. I can't believe I fucked it up. Sorry, people.
So good.
Smashed it.
I'm
That
a bit
was
nervous.
hard.
Nice work.
Insane.
So good.
Absolutely insane.
Oh my God, that was absolutely, am I the only one that's out of breath? Like, I do not know how many words he did in that. Like, I tried to catch some of the lines so that I can say it to you, but I think you guys did it best. Hazel said, bloodstains on the Pope's clothes. See, I didn't even catch that line. Hazel, you're elite. Thank you to everyone that's in the comments. A poet person, love, miss you. M's butterfly. Oh, Aggie's in the building. I'm surrounded by queens, y'all. Surrounded by queens. So thank you guys for being in the comments. Molly McLeod, J.H. Yates says, Guan, absolutely in love with you. So for you guys, we have 2 more people left for the first half of the open mic. So we are going to move straight on to the next one. Anomis to the screen. Are you in the building? Where are you at? The virtual building. Everybody make some noise for Anomis. Yeah.
Hiya. Well, with the host's kind permission, I just wanted to let everyone know and to invite everyone. We're actually hosting a live show in Trent Park in North London this Saturday. We'll have been graced with Hazel here and Hollie Dee, also Benediction and Doberman and Rowan and Echo TT and some fabulous folk are coming along. Yossi's also coming. So if you're in North London on Saturday night, do pop by and grace us with your presence. All right, enough said. This is called Raw. Hark me hearties, that arouse and rise. Let us hear anew Strepitus Mundi, a novel roar of the world, not the snivelling politicians lying reek, or the drivelling scientist nihilist squeak, or the shrivelling businessman's thief speak, but the glorious polyphony of altruistic human sapience singing the one song. Yea, we need to tell a new tale, to heal our sorrows and lift our spirits, to envision and enchant new beliefs. Don't think for a moment that stories ain't important or that we don't still live under myths such as buying stuff brings lasting happiness. You should look slim, young and comely. We're at the height of civilization, yet we enslave and murder to eat. The white West is superior. Democracy is equality. All Muslims are fanatics. There are monstrous myths everywhere breeding fear where love should flourish, force-fed by meddling media, puppeted by pernicious political powers, aims to fragment unity and foster dependence. So we must rise and roar forth a new vision, fair, moral, inspiring, liberating designs to heal our hearts and free our minds. We have been divided and conquered, woman and man, race and creed, tribe and nation. When separated from the whole, we feel weak, powerless, dependent, easily manipulated and enslaved. And our isolation and dissociation leads to loneliness, sadness and madness. So we must dream new ways and forge new paths to the source. Sing ballads that glorify this great work, freeing our selfish minds into limitless space-time, healing our fractured souls through harmonic union with the whole. Yes, my sisters and brothers, let us initiate our own mystic quest to find the Holy Grail and heal our spiritual wasteland. And through the past revelations, revitalize our lives through recognizing the nature of reality, that our karma connects us in long chains of causality, that there's no self, so there's no other, that death is not the end, that what we sow is what we reap, that our mind is empty, pure and free, that we may release our fears and resolve into this unity. Once more connected to the whole, we'll feel our power flow. In the last 5,000 years, temples, mosques and cathedrals loomed largest in our cities. In the last 1,000 years, these were surpassed by princely palaces and government buildings. And in our modern era, it has become the wealthiest banks and businesses. They say we have progressed. I say we have regressed. From holy mysticism to feudal politicism to materialist capitalism, from the sacred to the secular to the soulless. Society is darkening, degrading, destroying. Such is our collective vision. Don't trust the system. Yet all through the world's darkest nights, there have ever been sanctums of holy light, where folk live in virtuous harmony with the land, each other, and the realms of spirit. Remember this, we are miraculous beings dwelling in a magical kingdom, living links in an ancient chain of interdependent, sentient life, the most precious thing. And we belong to this whole. And that to harm any part of this means we'll ultimately harm ourselves. There are many folk alive today. So I'd like to think there are many heroines and heroes seeking and finding healing and revealing on their own mystic quests, slaying the dragons of greed, delusion and aggression, and freeing the virgins of pure thoughts, pure speech, pure ways to thrive, for to find the golden treasure of minds living, loving light. Peer into any spring and fountain, and you'll see the wish coins glittering at the bottom. These are offerings unto God herself, our Holy Spirit of the waters, motivated by ancestral memories of votive beliefs and practices, wishes for health, wealth and happiness, love, lust and laughter, an end to sexism, an end to racism, an end to speciesism, an end to war, for the night to end and emerge into a brighter golden dawn. 'Tis says one day we'll enter the age of Aquarius, symbolized by an ancient one pouring a vase of water into water, as a river returns to the sea, or as our hearts may flow open into the ocean of divine love. Thank you.
You just turned the screen into love, but it was
Oh,
beautiful.
Yes.
that was stunning.
So good.
Thank you so much, Anomis. You are actually a whole mood. Like, not only were your lines beautiful, but like you came in looking like Game of Thrones, just freeing our selfish lines into this limitless space. I love it. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to have you back. Thank you so much. We are going to move on to our our final open micer for the first half. So can you make some loud first love noise for the one they call True? True, come to the screen. Where are you at?
Hey.
Hi, True. If you're there, if you can just unmute yourself, and then you should be good to go.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. All right, I'm gonna do a piece called Bottled Up. Okay, so they tell you not to keep things inside, bottled up. I never know who they may be, so trust from me they will not receive. Plus, the more often I observe, I come to learn that when I put things in my bottle, it is because you do not deserve my truth, my actions and my reactions, my thoughts and my vibrations form like honey inside me to create my ocean. An ocean of golden seas with mahogany waves and dust of cinnamon that glisten against the sun, my sea is my energy, pure crystal currents, enough for everybody. So when a breeze flow a little too fierce near my sea and the vibrancy that sings through the volumes of my wave flickers, even if only for a second, caramelized salt rocks at the bottom of my ocean soften. and explode, releasing underwater blizzards of golden honey, brown sugar, cinnamon I see that carry your wind south to shore. Waters flow so slow I think they're still. Hues of blue dance with the moon, and if I'm still, I feel my magic. Thank you.
Wow.
Very dreamy.
Dreamy.
That was beautiful. That was magic. I felt like you just lit some sage into the room or something. Like, I feel like you transported me somewhere. Absolutely love your voice. That is voice goals for me right there. If you're doing any training, vocal training, call me. That was our last open micer for the first half. So thank you guys for joining us. Everyone that's in the comments, Jade, Pina, Hazel, Akafella in the building, Molly McCold, Aggie, and then London. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys go grab a drink, go take a toilet break. We are going to have a quick 5-minute break. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I went to school. So make sure you come back in 5 minutes. We're going to play some music for you, and we have a fire open mic for you coming up. So stay tuned. Fisky, play some music, sir.
the bass and let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle. Turn up the bass and let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle.
Prepare for the battle, old friend said Ben, please remember this. See, if you don't want to end up penniless, then pour out your pain for your penmanship and do it to your fucking brain hemorrhages. Cause either you're a dude with a plan or you're just another fool with delusions of grandeur. Man, you gotta make moves for the grands or coach and watch you slump drop to the damn floor. And I can never let my network fail, so I'm laying down tracks like network rail. And when I get that first sale, first check in the mail, I'm dedicated to those who said I'm destined to fail. You know the ones who was laughing freely when I told them I rap, and that scarred me deeply. But look at your life now, far from peachy, cause you're so prime like I'm so Maharishi now. And I know the critics who critique with their nose in my shit like they're Gillian McKee. But you know beans, I get silly with the beats, with the rhymes on my beast on the rise like Houston up and going way above and beyond all of the trash you used to rapper / producer, man, that's the future. That's what they say now, the pennies in town. I turn pennies to pounds and we try. Make a little something on the side. Just a little something we can slice. When the times get rough, cause it's never too much, it's never enough, so turn it on.
Turn up the bass and let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle. Turn up the bass and let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle.
When it rains, it pours, you can't stand the rain. You should have stayed indoors, cause I stay motivated, remain on course. Yeah, though I walk through the valley, I aim the torch. And I keep walking over flames that scorch and put myself through hell to relate to yours. Jet propelled by the strangest force and never held down by nature's laws, cause I don't really want to climb gradually. I rise rapidly, rhyme naturally, heavyweight, defy gravity. Comprende, respected like a sensei, neither hard nor soft, call me al dente. And flavors got plenty, enough to reinvent the scene every 10th day. Just telling nothing but the bare facts as the snare claps like a bear trap. You're quaking in your air max, lay them out in the line. Look at what they talk about in the rhyme. 90% is white powder and crime. That's why I'm left with no doubt in that I'm the fucking man in 2009. Cause I rap like I'm out of my mind. Man, the flow's insane, so all hell like frozen rain. Raise your glasses and toast the name. The Delusionists, Mr. Black, there he goes again. And we try, make a little something on the side. Just a little something we can slide. When the times get rough, cause it's never too much, yeah, it's never enough, so turn it on.
Turn up the bass and let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle. Turn up the bass and let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle, let the truck rattle, trunk rattle, trunk rattle, trunk rattle.
There's two ways to come out of this breathing. Accept love or accept that you're leaving. Sometimes I rush into breathing, then rush into something misleading. See, I spend some time in a riddle. I am in the middle. Love is a shoe, it's a blind us, it finds us, it sinks its teeth into our heads. I wish I could have fell for a designer, maybe even fell for designer. But I fell for something much finer, fell for his vision and I fell for his climate. Tell me how to do my thing, things I like to unsee. Before you can praise me, and when it's time to take peace. Tell me how to come on, see, things I like to unsee. Before you can praise me, and when it's time to take peace. I can't believe I once think a little man, thinking that she passed me on an upper hand. I'm convinced this was part of the bigger plan. If anyone can swear a feeling trust, that Sophia can. So you and me, this was the reason. Feeling like this was the season. I thought it was something much deeper, something with meaning, something way cleaner. You can catch your vibe anywhere but we can. Something you could ask everybody then. Coming to his rhythm, it's a killer. It's midnight in the middle. I said, you know, he's a killer. Can't believe I caught a feeling for this shit, man. Take me back to Kumasi, to the middle of the party. Back to when he first asked me, are you watching me dancing? I see you watching me dancing. I see you watching me dancing. Move good, I told him I don't see. Take my hand without even asking. Take my hips, where'd you find them? Now our lips are aligned. I spent some time in the middle. I am in the middle. Love is a true way to find us. It finds us, it sinks its teeth into our eyes. I wish I could have fell for a tire. Maybe even fell for designer. Fell for something much finer. Fell for this vision and I fell for this climate. Take me back to Kumasi. Things I like to unsee. Wait the place for me. And return to ends and peace. Take me back to Kumasi. Things I like to unsee. Wait the place for me. And then return to ends and peace. I fell in love with somebody. 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 I fell in love with somebody.
Back, Betsy.
Hello, welcome back to Mind Over Matter Digital, your favorite poetry hub where spoken word meets hip hop and mental health meets music. If you're just joining us, you missed fire over mic for the first half. Like, honestly, I've just put all of the I've just put all of the names into the comments. So if you liked anything that you heard, make sure that you follow them on Instagram, show them some love, guys. Like, honestly, this poetry thing is not easy. Like, we're sensitive. We need some love. Help me help you. So make sure you follow us as well on Instagram. It's Mind Over Matter LDN on all social platforms. That's Instagram, so Facebook and YouTube. So big shout out to everyone that's tuned in right now. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification link as well, because we are going to give you an even better second half, and we are going to go straight in with a powerhouse poet. Looking forward to seeing her. So everybody make some cyber love noise for the one they call Candice Chenade to the screen. Where are you at? Make some noise, everybody.
Hey. Oh, sorry. So just quick, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm not a poet, I'm a singer. First of all, just wanted to let you know. So I'm gonna sing my song Fall for you guys. Okay. I ain't got the time. I ain't got the time to fall for you first. 'Cause I met guys like you, and I always end up hurt. So watch the words. So watch the words. Watch the words that you say to me. 'Cause I don't think you know how to make me feel. I've been battered and beaten and broken, and I'm stood here with my heart wide open. I've been through it all, but I got one thing to ask you. Will you catch me? Will you catch me? Will you catch me if I fall? You say you're not ready for love. Ooh. What are you afraid of? Oh, I think you want me to be all yours. But are you willing to give me your all? Watch the words that you say to me. 'Cause I don't think you know how to make me feel. I've been battered and beaten and broken, and I'm stood here with my heart wide open. I've been through it all, but I got one thing to ask you. Will you catch me? Will you catch me? Will you catch me if I fall? That's it.
Wow.
Oh,
So good.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Candice, that was beautiful. First, the voice, go off. Vocals, first of all. Secondly, my ovaries. Oh my God, such a beautiful little child. Thank you so much for blessing us twice. That was absolutely amazing.
No worries. Thank you.
So that was Candice, guys. We are going to move on to our next act of the second half, and we have an absolute fave coming up to the screen, the one they call A-OK Poet. Make some noise, everybody, and you guys need to be louder with the noises. Like I'm kind of. Let me hear it. Yeah.
I had to just find the unmute button there. Hello, hello. Wow, I am always constantly blown away at the level that is brought to these open mics. So I'm just happy to be here today, as usual, man. Anyway, my poem I've got for you today is called Masala Tea. Now, masala tea is a natural herbal tea, strong and sweet, brewed by reagents local to India. It is often served at, well, it's always served at Godvar, which is Gurdwara or Sikh temple for anyone who learnt it in religious studies back in school. It's pronounced Godvar though. People drink it every day, but it's particularly good for alleviating flu and often made for people when they fall ill. So here it is now. Geography in class, picking boundaries and drawing them like science. I didn't really understand, but I'd sit in silence, too scared of non-compliance, too young to know the complexities of defiance. You had your Americans and French, your Spanish and your Hawaiians, though I don't remember anything about empire subsidence. What did they say? A dissolution of alliance? Globe spinning on their axes, I would twirl them to keep me busy. Facts not so grisly got you acting dizzy. I had no interest in where that had conquered this. See, my father taught me that we owe everything to the dirt. An earthly plea nurtures us, grows from the ground. A feat of overexert spanning all vicinity covers us. A natural sanctity. I don't really remember where my feet first fell, breaking into wind and sprint, crested upon water. I don't remember spice sticks sucked on. No fire, blood, steel and flint, silk spun, take the hint. A small part of England is where my finger settled memories of home on. Pale child, where then did your skin hail from? So according to you, my home was across some giant blue, a name that I can only say was completely new. So how can that be? There's been no stone skimmed of which my hopes have been glued. What do I say? I fell ill when my dad made me misality. India lies somewhere in the corners of my periphery, as if I'll turn around and light up with an orange and gold symphony. I shouted, I know it shouldn't get to me, but turmoil came knocking and she sent for me. To the headmaster's office, I mean, that's where they sent me to. I lost my words, lost my temper, racial trait. I had an uncle who lost his. Cut violence flying off a handle at a devilish angle, nothing he wouldn't do. But maybe in some milk-skimmed dream, this is not what should be seen. Maybe my eyes lie and aren't so keen, but in all my tempers, I can't bridge that unseen distance between India and I. The fabric must have split completely at the seam, years before I knew what it was like to live under a different sunbeam. That is it. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, Mind Over Matter, as well, for having me. It's been wicked. Appreciate it.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you so much for that, AOK. Like, absolutely love your stuff. Every time I'm like glued to the screen and it cuts to my face and I've got this dumb look on my face, like, absolutely love it. Thank you so much. We are going to keep it moving to our next poet of the evening. We have Hazel coming to the screen. So if you guys can make some loud noise for Hazel, like loud noise, guys.
Hey, let's go, Hazel.
Okay, so this is a new piece and it's called Today I Can't Feel the Sun. Yeah, I'm excited to share this one with you. Today I can't feel the sun. The weatherman said highs of 25, but I am 26 and sober and my mind is a storm. No, my mind is a tornado. No, my mind is a tsunami of epic proportions, enslaved by the calmness before the second wave hits. And then it hit me. I want more to life than I can give me. I want to feel the warmth without it burning. I want to experience the rain without being drowned. I want to play in snow and thaw my heart. And I guess this powerful imagery has to count for something beyond the countless times I have counted the hours. The countless times I have counted the minutes, the countless times I have counted the seconds, the countless times I have counted my breaths as I tried to breathe beyond hyperventilation into panic beyond existence, and I am tired of counting. Someone somewhere said that we are the director, producer, and protagonist of our own lives, but I just want to direct mine so that I can shout cut and have it mean more than when my skin screams it. I want this to be over, but I don't want it to be the end. There must be more. I didn't fight every battle to settle for an anticlimax of depression. I didn't fight years of pain to give in to giving it to myself. I didn't fight to deserve warmth just to force myself to freeze, and it is so cold. Humans as beings are warm-blooded, yet as my blood spills, I'm bitten by frost, lost in memories of a childhood I ran too fast through, into an adulthood in which I still crisscross and a rope I'll one day jump to. I'm trapped in time. No, I'm trapped in my mind. No, I'm trapped in a society in which broken bones are socially acceptable, but bipolar and borderline personality disorder are labels people refuse to read into. These labels stick like those on prescription bottles we are not meant to disclose, and I expose my soul so that others can accept what they have without it being what they are. I am not broken. I am a jigsaw who still has pieces to find. I am a mind with mountains to climb so I can see through the clouds. I am a warrior with many wars ahead of her. I am. Though simply being is not currently within my grasp, I'll still reach for it. My fire burns bright with desire as my superpower has my feelings intensified, hitting heights you would be blinded by. My polarity has me flying till I'm dizzy. Speeding through a tunnel, trying to look towards a light, I don't want to be the end. Focusing on the journey with the wind blowing through my hair. Scenes of jumping from heights dominate as new heights have me scared. No, have me petrified. No, have me electrified. No, have me drawing upon a strength I never even believed was mine, let alone believed I could find it. Battling demons at times when there is no fight left in my mind, in one world in which two walls are a distant memory. Free me from these shackles, for wars fought drain in a time in which we should thrive. I am not sick. I am ill, and I will work till I can sever these ties. I will work till I can feel alive. I will not take this lying down. My powers are infinite. The primate in me pushing primal instincts, pushing me to cloud 9 so that despite the odds against me, I can feel the sun as I am floating, coasting, fighting, winning, sometimes losing, but I get up every time. Believe me when I tell you one day I will want to be alive. My eyes will smile. My beams will shine bright and a long life will be tenable, counting up to numbers previously unreachable. Today, I can't feel the sun. I am 26 and I am sober. My life is not over. Thank you.
Oh boy.
This is incredible.
That was so powerful, Hazel. Oh. Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Excuse me, did someone say energy? Because that was absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna lie, you had us in the first half. She said, what'd you say? Today I can't feel the sun. Okay, all right. Ease us in slowly, why don't you? No, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And I'm not the only one that thought so. In the comments, going off, sis, go off. They says, have me drawing on a strength that I never knew believed was mine. Oh, this was my favorite line. I am a jigsaw that still has pieces to find. What more can you say? What more can you say? Thank you so much, Hazel. That was absolutely amazing. Gambit Ace, not gonna lie, you're up next. Got big shoes to fill. So can we welcome you to the screen? No pressure, no pressure. Can we make some big noise for the next open micer, Gambit Ace to the screen? Yeah.
You can hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. You can hear me? Cool. Check it. Track's called 2020 Ain't the One. Let's go. Hey. Hey. Check it. 2020 ain't the one. Nah. Something real. We've all experienced it. I had anxiety over it. No doubt. One lockdown, 7 days a week. It's a long thing. Hashtag in my yard, writing a sentence. Day by day, tend to ask myself, when's this gonna end? 5 p.m., waiting for the news with an update. Stay at home, protect the NHS and saves life. That's a slogan that we won't forget. Every day reminded in my head, in my mind, painted on the road outside. I mentioned in the habit that's repeated all the time. I won't lie, the sentence I've been writing is difficult with the virus. As its full exception, where did it get caught? Who knows? Dancing with the questions like Patrick Swayze, dirty virus. Had me head reception through the night and day. Speculation, virus, man-made. Anyway, on second thoughts, I don't have the answers. You can call me Sway. In the morning when I'm not feeling fine, I have to work out every 2 days because I'm scared I'm putting on weight. Listen, I've got bars, you hear it mine, for you of course. I've got bars, you hear it mine, for you of course. This lockdown has got me thinking more and more. 2020 ain't the one. Nah, I've got bars, you hear it mine, for you of course. I've got bars, you hear it mine, for you of course. The lockdown has got me thinking more and more. 2020 ain't the one. I'm feeling stressed out in my mum's house. Okay, my bedroom, I'm pissed off. Look in the mirror, needed a trim too. Now flipping hell, the only time I go out is to get food and exercise. And after 3 weeks, I didn't care to. Now that's a lie. I was doing sit-ups and press-ups. I'm gone for runs. Rockwell Park was barefoot up, social distancing 2 meters away. Ground salad tape. Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, everywhere. Listening to Boris, I thinking our Prime Minister don't really have the knowledge to know now what he's talking about. No doubt. Now I understand they move a certain way. Okay, and they won't accept the truth said by Dave. I see swarms and Tory lanes getting girls to go low. Young T and Bugsy, don't rush challenge, yo. They went from, butters to beautiful. And yes, it was illusional with the hammered lens and the comb. Listen, I've got bars, you hear of mine, for you, of course. I've got bars, you hear of mine, for you, of course. This lockdown has got me thinking more and more. 2020 ain't the one. Nah, I've got bars, you hear of mine, for you, of course. I've got bars, you hear of mine, for you, of course. This lockdown has got me thinking more and more. 2020 ain't the one. Nah.
Fire. Yes. 2020.
You know what? I'm legit gonna put that on a t-shirt. 2020 is not the one. Honestly, I love that line. Like everyone's cancelled out 2020 already, but like you still have 6 months. 6 months of growing, of healing, of food and Tory Lane's Instagrams to watch, and Mind Over Matter, of course. So thank you so much for that. It was an inspiration. Love the flow. We're going to move on to our next open micer. So we have coming to the screen the one they call Henna to the screen. Can we all make some noise for Henna?
Hey. Hi. So I have kids, and this piece was inspired by a film called Trolls World Tour. I think it's called World Tour. It's one of their latest movies, and it was just I make weird connections. So this poem is kind of linked to that. It's quite light-hearted, so it's not too deep. Okay. Music is like food. Feed your soul with much needed sustenance. Vibrations energizing, melodies like fresh oxygen soaking through your skin. Vibing through your bloodstream, it makes you feel alive, revitalized. Making you feel impulsive. The beat goes on like a delicate organ in your chest. Deep bass drowned out by your simple warm breath. You feel connected. Feel lightheaded, like it's taken you somewhere. Transcendence, floating, tap, tap, tap. Open the vibrations, the temporal lobe, taking auditory electric synapses and bathing you in memories, recalling those nostalgic summer days, the first year rush honeymoon memories, tingling up and down your spine, rippling your cerebrospinal fluid. Rock, pop, jazz, rhythm and blues. Songs of sadness for humanity, singing out for freedom and pain. Grime, punk, funk, soulful house. Illustrated and bound by ancestral magic, triggering a kaleidoscope of cultures that define purpose within identities. We all feel the pressure of societal stresses, the feeling of the outside crashing in, dragging out the anger, confusion, clashing and colliding, xenophobic undertones, bringing static noise. The silence is deafening. Break it and orchestrate your truth. Play your tune and dance. Vibrations cutting through, coloring the air with movement, evolving and demanding its existence. Come together, merge, make something new, beautiful. Let's make music a whole new genre. We don't want to be the same. We want to celebrate our differences, bring something new to the table like a one-dish party. Let's have a feast, digesting the good life, and we'll be jamming in harmony and in peace.
Whoa, that was beautiful.
Really good.
Thakur. Absolutely Thakur.
Do you know what? I really do feel like you guys are in my head. Like, honestly, all of you poets, like, one thing that I love more than alliteration is just a whole bunch of syllables. You said auditory electrical synapses. And you know what? I was like, go off, sis. Take all the syllables. We don't need any more words for us. Thank you. Just take them all. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much. And I agree, music is like food and I could eat. So we are going to move on to our next open micer. We have coming to the screen, ooh, someone I have not seen in ages. So I'm excited to see his face onto the screen. If we can all make some huge, huge cyber love for TriggerBliss in the building. Where is you at, Trigger?
Woo! Blessings. Thank you. Yeah, you haven't seen me for a while. Can you hear me? I think I'm on the thing. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I wrote this one yesterday after I received a call, and this call happened to be from a white person, and they had told me about their experience in this lovely summer weather and said to me, well, I'm nearly as black as you. And certain things couldn't allow me to say everything that I wanted to say. So instinctively, I just wrote a poem about it. And I thought I'd share it with everybody today because it didn't make sense to me at all. It doesn't have a title yet. And like I said, it was wrote yesterday. So here we go. What do you mean by you're almost as black as me when you know full well that's not a possibility? You're using my complexion for your simile. Ha ha, laugh, call it a joke, think it's funny? Well, no, I'm not sorry, it will never be. See, my black is not a term for my color, it is a journey led by my ancestors for me to uncover through discovery, not for you to place your judgments on and form opinions of me ignorantly. My black is my light I carry through to my destiny. I am proud of my Nubian ancestry that gave birth to this world that you live in ungratefully. Melanin movement over mountains, through deserts, across seas, evolutionary. We are revolutionary. Soldiering on, they try to fool us with his story, but our spirits seek truth instinctively. Born with the essence of nature, we rise naturally, drawn to the forces that be. Now, ask yourself why you fear us when we move collectively. Ask yourself why they try to destroy the Black family, why they don't want Black people to know the power of our intuitive capability. Before you turn around and tell me you're almost as Black as me, that claim that you make holds no validity. When my skin is dry and the ash starts to form in the cracks, you'll never hear me say I'm almost as white as thee. I embody my own identity. I am defined by no one but me. The blood of my people is enriched by the lineage of kings and queens who overstood this earth, this world, this universe holistically. The knowledge they left carved into stone, destroyed tragically. The faces of statues that represent Black to be royal, dismembered intentionally. Tried to leave my nation with no sense of direction of our own, but our ancestors still guide us through our psyche. To be Black today is to represent those before us, to carry the flame of endurance straight through to our victory, to be fully free. We will continue to rise despite the trickery, the insensitivity, the imposition caused by society. I'm talking melanin criminality. Despite the covered up blasphemy, we will rise and stand in unity for those who have been accused, used, and abused by the system unjustly. We will educate self so we can develop our community, creating opportunity for the next generation of our kings and queens, so that people like you, who have the audacity to make statements of such absurdity, like you're almost as black as me, will never think to say that again to one of we. Many blessings. You can follow me on Instagram at TriggerBliss.
Well put. Well put.
Yes, she went in, all the way in. When a poet stands up on a camera, that's how you know that it's about to get serious. Like, she put all her energy into that. I absolutely love it. She gave me a mantra as well. What did she say? I am defined by no one but me. Love that. I'm putting that in my mantra diary. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, TriggerBliss. Always a blessing, always a blessing. We are going to move on now to our penultimate act of the night. She is our resident psychologist and one of my personal faves. Can we bring to the screen and make some noise for the one they call Anna Sinski? Where you at? Make some noise for Anna, guys.
Yay, let's go.
Anna in the building.
Thank you. So I'm just going to put a slight trigger warning here for eating disorders, especially for bulimia and for grief. This is a poem that ties in both a grieving period and eating disorders. So this is called Hunger. I eat my sadness like a packet of crisps, and I drown my grief in memories of your freshly baked bread. And cutting through these feelings, I can just feel numb instead. My loneliness tastes a lot like pizza, covered in garlic sauce, and my anxiety crumbles somewhere around that third slice. Sometimes my loneliness tastes a lot like a burger or sweet potato fries, and that anxiety crumbles somewhere around that third bite. Losing you tastes a lot like morning porridge, and hospital food, and organic food, and fresh carrot juice, and all the things that couldn't save your life. All the things that remind me of you, a fucked up combination, memories of food that make up a constellation of losing and finding these feelings. My regrets taste a lot like cheap delivery food, the kind that sucks you into the couch so these thoughts can disappear. And somewhere in that gap between that dripping grease and my fear, I can stop going over all the things I wish I said. Our last conversation tastes a lot like my favorite chocolate, or maybe memories of the peachy crumbles you used to bake. And it melts in my mouth like a rainfall of whispery hope that promises to make thoughts unthinkable. My vivid dreams taste like anything that fills that space between this vivid dream and the next. Anything that drowns the feeling of that last text I still can't look at. Losing you was the most insatiable hunger I have ever come to know. Thank you.
Wow.
That was so good.
That was incredible.
That's great. That's
Really
great.
good.
Excellent. Great contrast.
Anna always puts me in my feelings. Like, I say every time that I don't want to cry, but then she'll just come on and just like disregard that and just like make me flood tears. Thank you. She said our last conversation tastes like my favorite chocolate bar. I eat so much chocolate. That's why you make me cry. Thank you. So Anna is our resident psychologist. She does do a workshop via Zoom. So make sure you contact us on Instagram or her directly at mindovermatterldn, just to find out some more details on what she runs, what she does, and how great she is and how she can help you. We have one more act for you this evening. We are going to move on to that person right now. Sage, at Page of a Sage, are you in the building? Come to the screen, everybody make some noise.
Hey, let's go.
Hello, I'm Nathan. I go by Page of a Sage on Instagram, and it's been a like absolutely blown mind evening. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. Like spoken word for me has always been about like dealing with the things in my head and writing things that will improve my mood later on, or dealing with a fact or an experience in my life and then writing about it. And up until lockdown, I never shared any of my poetry with anyone. So they were all like mantras in my head, things for me to say to myself to make me feel better. And this is called 1,000 Shades, and it is still to this day, it's my mantra for making me feel better about a bad day. So this is 1,000 Shades. I live 1,000 shades away from okay, in a sort of grey way, but that is not to say that I am fixated on fixing yesterday. I'm here for a long stay, here in this smear of grey, this today. And today I'm to do a list of things I've planned and plotted, thoughts I've pulled together, knotted, but this thing I've jotted, it's frayed my knots into not doing my to-do list today. Instead, I lay in bed. Now that's a common mishap and perhaps my biggest character flaw, and that's loving spring fabric hovering gently above my uncleaned, messy floor, a metaphor, I'm sure, for Nathan's first law, making hard decisions and always feeling unsure. That uncertainty is certainly certain as I lay behind a closed curtain, slowly working up the motivation to motivate my stationary state, remembering to remember my to-do list today, the things I plan to do today on this hot, lazy day. So I'm remembering to remember. Now that's a paradox in itself, like alphabetizing books on a shelf to never read in hopes of making them easier to see, do my future self a favor without a thank you or a please. And then remembering the order is vital, whether it be author or title, which might all fall apart. So that order is chaos, so I order from the start. That's why my floor's a mess. It reflects on my stress, so expect nothing but mess. I accept that I'm inept, except when it comes to procrastinating. I'm a pro at waiting for the right moment at the wrong time, telling myself to tiptoe a thin line, then trip, I'm fine. This kind of thing happens all the time. Now, life's a rhyme without a reason, but why do you need a reason? Like when a leaf falls, browns and crisps, regardless of the season. Now, we regard less when we should regard more. Regard every hard-pressed brown crunch between my soul and the floor. That's Nathan's second law. Enjoy every small, insignificant thing that others might ignore. Thank you.
Did you just do that? Did that,
so good.
Did that just happen?
Thank you so much. No, thank you. As I said, my poetry is like, before I started sharing, it was like a mantra to myself. So when I was having a bad day, even though I'm a bit useless at a lot of things, there's some things that can put a smile on my face. And maybe one day somebody will listen to that poem and it'll put a smile on their face. And that for me is like, that's the reason for poetry. I mean.
And we fully agree. And I have a giant smile on my face right now. So thank you so much for coming and sharing that with us. And you're right, that just happened. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. It was a great way to round off the show. Absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much to everyone. You lot are awesome. Thank you not only to the poets for sharing your heart and your soul, but for everyone in the comments that's on YouTube right now. Oh snap, that's Winnie. Not gonna lie, that name threw me off, sis. But thank you so much, I appreciate you. Shout out J. Hay Yates, M's Butterfly, Jaheem. Hazel is in the comments, hard, absolutely love that. To everyone that's tuned in, thank you so much. We are having our 3rd birthday on the 6th of August online. And trust me, you guys are not gonna wanna miss it. So make sure you're following us on Instagram at mindovermatterldn. I feel like I've said this 3 times and I'll say it 3 more times, at mindovermatterldn. Follow us on all the social media platforms. And don't forget, we have some dope merchandise for you guys. If you go to our website, www.mindovermatterldn/shop, you can find hoodies, t-shirts, all of that in different colors, different ranges. So make sure you order some, support the team if you can. If you can't, do a like, do a share. And thank you so much for coming. Most importantly, come back on the 6th of August. So thank you so much. My name has been Bexy Bex. This has been Mind Over Matter Digital. You guys have been beautiful. This has been wonderful. And I am going to sleep peacefully and wonderfully tonight. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Say bye, everybody. Where you guys at in the Zoom?
Bye,
Everybody say
Bye.
yay, yay.
Bye. Bye.